And do you have the odds? This is from, Bovada Official. Paul, you're into this stuff. I don't gamble. And I know you're not, you do a little bit. Here are a couple of graphics. And Colt's the one that sent this to us and put this up for us to know where it is. This is according to Bovada.com on the odds for who will be included or who will be the next invited. We have there we go, into the Big Ten. Obviously at the top. Next school
Oregon, same
to
odds.
accept an invitation for the Big Ten, Notre Dame, Oregon. And then there's others, Washington. KU fans will like that. And they've been saying that. And there's some of the same schools, Paul, you've brought up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see why the jump is so big to Washington from Oregon. To me, it would seem I guess it's where the Big Ten would want to ask. So if they're going to invite anybody else now besides UCLA and USC, the next two in line would be the two that we've been, the Oregon drop, though. You're right. It's Notre Dame and then Oregon, and then Washington kind of falls down a little bit. But they're in the conversation. Now, next school to accept an invitation from the SEC. There's Clemson, there's Miami, there's Florida State, and there's Louisville. And we've heard all of them. Those are the ACC, right? And, of course, all of those odds are pretty good. And then there's Baylor, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati. Now, we have a mutual friend named Nelson who has for years told me that he believes Baylor is a fit in the SEC. And his logic is very circular, in my opinion, but I love the guy to death. But this will make him feel really good that Las Vegas is like, well, if anybody could, if we're going down the list, maybe not the worst candidate to be Baylor, puts a further foothold in Texas. I think things would have to be pretty far down the line for the SEC to reach out to Baylor.
Yeah, I do too. But again, those places that do the odd, now that doesn't mean they're going to offer, but if they did, or who they would look at, those are the ones 1 through 7, 8, or whatever. The Notre Dame thing, not a surprise in the Big Ten, and those ACC teams at the top. But you're talking about if you even get to number 5, which would be Baylor, you have 4 other ACC schools in front of them. Well, there's still kind of a issue there, right? Because of what they have to do with the grant of rights and whatever else they might try to do as well with trying to get out of that if, in fact, they legally can't. It's 346.